Hey, West Coast Johnny, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Unfortunately, I did not get my trailer painted on May 8th because my friend who's gonna paint it, he came down with a cold, but that's okay because I didn't realize there was more sanding to do, a lot more sanding. So he came by and looked at it and I got a little more sanding to do. So that's fine. Right now I'm working on the inside. I had a bunch of wiring done. And unfortunately, I'm just pretty much having to redo everything. So let me show you what I'm doing. Follow me. Okay, well, down under the kitchenette, you know, I said I had some wiring done. The guy ran the wires. He kind of ran them up here, over here, here. So I'm going to cut the wires and I'm going to reroute them using a nice rigid wire cover that I found. See this? It's really nice. It'll hold all the wires. It has tape on one side. I'll probably glue it down. But I'm going to run this right here under this, just straight across so you don't really notice it. All right, so I got the wires tucked into this plastic piece. Goes right through the 1/2-inch hole, and it goes right across here out to this side. And then it's gonna come out the back. I'm gonna mount these guys, and it's just gonna come around the corner a little bit, and it's gonna come under the cabinet so you won't see it. I took that box down, and I'm gonna move it way down here. And I'm gonna also mount it so the opening is underneath only, so no water can ever go in and hurt the wires. Okay, here it's the next day, and here's that little block, and the fiberglass is all dried. I'm going to go ahead and trim all the edges off on both sides, and I'm going to fiberglass it to the inside of the trailer. Okay, here's that little block. So it's got fiberglass on both sides. And, you know, I brushed resin in it really nice. And I'll probably, you know, when I fiberglass it to the trailer inside, I'll paint all the exposed sides one more time with resin just to protect it forever. So that's going to be the little block that I'm going to, you know, hook my electrical box up to. Okay, I'm going to fiberglass this block in place right now. And I have this piece just kind of holding it tight up against the wall. I also have some glue down in there, and I've cut my pieces and dry fitting them. So that's going to go like that. I got 2 for the sides. They're going to go like this on both sides. And then I have 2 that are going to go across the top for support. And then tomorrow I'll probably put some more on and some underneath. But I just wanted to get that started because I have a lot of sanding to do outside. All right, well, I'm inside and I wanted to come and check on our work. Here it is. Okay, it's nice and dry and it's very soft and smooth. There's no rough edges because I used Surface Seal. Surface Seal will make your fiberglass, when it's dry, you can see these little splinters you get. Sometimes they're very sharp and they'll poke you, and you know, the last thing you want is a fiberglass splinter because they don't break down in the human body. So see all this? It's all soft. All this is soft. I'll just sand it lightly. But anyways, it's very secure. That thing ain't going anywhere. So I'm going to mount my box underneath here tomorrow, run the wires up inside, and then get my little cap right here and cap it off. Then it's protected. And then I'm going to start all the body work, the sanding and priming, because we're priming it tomorrow because it is getting painted again, scheduled for the second time on Saturday. Now see, it's 76 degrees in here. Inside of here, outside it's a lot cooler, but I got all the plastic windows in here so that I could fiberglass and keep everything nice and warm. And then tomorrow I'm going to fill this in too, and then we're going to do our texture. As soon as our sanding is done, we're going to sand the whole trailer down tomorrow with 220 grit, and then I'm gonna prime paint it. As soon as that dries, okay, maybe Thursday, we're gonna sand, Thursday and Friday, we're gonna sand the whole thing down really, really good with like 400 grit. What I wanted to show you is this. So I went ahead just now and I put the kitty hair on all of those, but what I wanted to show you was I put it on liberally. See that? You can feel how smooth this is, like this. Great, perfect, that's what you want. Right here, it's all rough. You can't see it, but you can feel it. And that'll show up in the paint. It'll look like sandpaper. And you can't sand a urethane finish. So you really got to get the prep done the first time. All right, well, now what I'm doing, I'm putting in my back floor. So I made a pattern, and I'm not sure if you did not see my video called How to Make a Perfect Pattern. You might want to watch it, but if you, here's the gist of it. So what you do to make a perfect pattern, you lay a big piece in the middle, and then you cut smaller pieces. You push them against the areas that like they need to be, and then you tape them all in place. So see, we got this perfect curve here. It ends right there. The perfect curve, it goes all the way around, but see, that's a whole separate piece. The paper taped, same here, see that? There's gonna be our, and it's just nice like this, and it's all taped together like one gigantic piece, and then it's going to come out like one big piece, and then I'm going to lay it on my laminate floor or my vinyl floor, you know, linoleum, Congolium, whatever you're doing. You just lay this pattern on top of it. Make sure your pattern is the right, you know, angles. Tape it really good, and then I'm going to trace it really nice with a pen and cut it out with a razor blade. Then I'm going to put it in here in one big piece. It's just going to go right down like this floor did. It's underneath here. I'm trying to protect it the best I can. So that is what I'm doing there. Then I'm going to take this cabinet out and put some vinyl in here. And then we already have our vinyl shelves right here. I have 3 of them for the inside of our cabinet. However, until I patch our elephant skin and match the texture and then paint the rear wall, I'm not gonna put my fiberglass plywood shelf supports up. Probably tomorrow. And that's the floor, you know, I just wanna show you the pattern. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email, westcoastjohnny@yahoo.com, or leave a comment below. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook in the shop with West Coast Johnny. So, all right, let's go cut some vinyl. There's my pattern. That's the bottom of it. It's upside down, but it's perfect. So I'm literally gonna trace it right on my vinyl. right, here's our piece. Okay, well, I just put it in. I just laid it down, and I just want to show you how it goes right up against the edge. It goes right in here perfectly, around here. It's, I don't need to do any trimming. It's absolutely a perfect fit. See that? It even goes under here. It looks nice. So what I'm going to do now is just take it back out. I'm going to vacuum, and I'm going to clean the floor with some acetone just to get it really, really clean. And then I'll get our little I think it's a 3/32 notch trowel. I'll trowel, and then you let it set for a few hours, and then you just put this in. You kind of roll it out. Actually, if you watched the last video where I put this floor down, I had like a little block of wood with some a towel, and you just kind of hit it, and you just go back and forth, and it just really helps it adhere better. So, well, it's absolutely perfect, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm boasting or bragging. The reason I'm saying it's 100% perfect is because it is. And I wanted to show you guys how to make a floor 100% perfect the first time. So when I was 24 years old, a long time ago, I'm almost 60, I'm pushing 60. Well, I tore out a bathroom floor. It was rotten at a house. I did that for years. I worked at a company. We had little dogs that were trained to find termites. I did all the dry rot repair, termite repair. And what happened was, I ripped out a rotten bathroom floor, and I put new subfloor, and I put new underlayment, and I got it all ready for the vinyl floor guy who was coming. And then my afternoon job canceled, so I decided to watch him, and he said, let me show you how to make a perfect floor. And he did this paper method. And he said that someone showed it to him a long time ago. So it's been a trick that floor guys have been doing for years. But anyways, there it is. It's ready to get glued down. Just wanted to show you. Okay, now I got all my glue around the edges with a 3/32 trowel. If you look closely, you can see the trowel marks. It's extremely important to not have big blobs. You have to have, and there's a reason it's 3/32 too. It's the reason the middle isn't done. What I'm doing, this vinyl is what's known as a perimeter bond, and that's where you just go around the edges and then you lay it out and smooth it out. It's called perimeter bond. That's what I'm doing with this roll. So while that glue's setting up for a few hours, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start filling in all my patchwork, little pieces of elephant skin, which is also, you know, it's technically it's called ensolite. But I have a lot of little patchwork pieces, and I'm gonna fill them all in, and then I'm gonna match the texture, okay, and then paint it, because my shelves are gonna go in. The little brackets are gonna go in hopefully later today, if the paint dries in time. If not, they'll go up tomorrow. All right, you can see the glue is starting to cure up a little bit. I don't mean cure like harden, I mean it gets clear and then it's ready to go. But there's still some more to go. So I'm going to, I'm working on this right now. What I'm using white caulking, and I'm gonna fill in all these little grooves, and then I'm gonna use another piece of the Insulite, and I'm gonna get it wet on the back, and I'm gonna go like this, and it matches the texture pretty good. You'll be surprised. There's a low spot here. I'm gonna have to build it up, so I'm not gonna try to match the texture on it because it needs a little more build up. That needs a little more build up, but the texture's really blending in great. Originally, we were going to spray this with a special sprayer that it's like a 4 or 5 way adjustable sprayer, which would have allowed us to spray this and matched it perfect, but we decided this would be a little easier, and plus I don't have that sprayer anymore. My buddy has it. That looks really good. The best tip I can give you when you're caulking anything is to always have a clean, wet rag nearby. Nice and wet, wring it out, nice and fresh water, and then you can. You always want a wet rag because it really helps with anything with caulking. Okay. Ma'am.
Oh, there's you in there.
Right here. All right, I got the floor glued down. I put my wiring harness back down. It's not secure, it's just laying there. I have these clips like this that they're just like, every couple feet, and I'm gonna screw them to the floor. And then I'm gonna get some zip ties and just clean these up a little bit. Then tomorrow I'm gonna throw my cabinets in, and tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to put my cabinets in, and do some light sanding on the body, because Sunday morning at 9 o'clock it gets painted, the bottom half, green. So in here I just painted this. I'm letting it dry. I'm going to do another coat. See that? Looks pretty good. So, and the texture really matched up. The second coat always looks better. It has a lot of holidays in it right now. But anyways, I'm going to call it a day. And thank you for watching. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. The whole point of this channel is to inspire others, because I'm so inspired by other people. And that's what keeps me motivated. So if I could even inspire one person to finish a project or use a couple of my tips and they were able to finish something, I'm telling you, this whole channel would have been worth it. So anyways, I'll talk to everybody later.